Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Power of the Patch. This is our presentation on a breakthrough patented and wearable light technology. I'm Gregory Muscari up here in Bozeman, Montana, and I'm very excited to share this information with you today. And I want to start out by just acknowledging that health is our greatest wealth. I think we can all agree on that. And some people work so hard, they lose their health to get their wealth. And and what do you have then? Because no matter how wealthy you are, if you don't have your health, it's all for naught. The other thing is, I think we can all agree on, is the symptoms of aging and disease, they are not fun. Whether it's you or a friend or a loved one, excuse me, the symptoms of aging are certainly not fun. And they're caused, sadly, the older you get, the faster you age and the slower you heal. That's because of a natural decline in our body's number one repair system, stem cells. And I don't know if you realize, but by age 30, they've decreased by about 50%. By age 60, only a small percentage remain. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm 71 years old, going on 72, and that's kind of scary, but I'm really blessed because for the last several years, I've been increasing my stem cells by proper diet, hydration, and this breakthrough technology I'm going to talk to you about here tonight. So remember when you could work all day, party all night, and then get up again tomorrow and do it again? Well, that doesn't work so well as we get older. And so, it's important to preserve the youth. And I finally figured out what I want to be when I get older. I bet you some of you can relate to this. I want to be younger. I want to live younger longer. And so let me ask you two personal questions. If you could change one thing in your health or in the health of someone you love and care for, what would it be? Just think about that. Is there anything in your health or someone you really love and care for that you'd like to see enhanced or better? And number two, what impact would reducing or even eliminating that issue have on you, yours, or their quality of life? Think about that. And I just real briefly want to kind of give a general disclaimer. Our Lifewave products are not designed or intended to heal, treat, cure, or diagnose any disease. They do, however, help our bodies get back into a healthier, more regenerative mode. And many times wonderful things can then begin to happen. So if there were a way to change the trajectory of your aging, and you could look, feel, and live younger longer, would that be of interest to you? Well, it certainly was to me when I heard about the Lifewave X39 technology. And we've got good news because our X39 wearable light technology patch truly is a historic breakthrough in holistic wellness. It's a new patented wearable patch technology. It's affordable, it's safe, it's non-invasive, it's drug-free. It's a unique form of phototherapy which uses very specific frequencies of light to increase and improve your health and wellness while supporting your body's innate ability to heal itself. So I'm going to play for you just a short little 2-minute video that kind of explains some of the science behind this breakthrough technology.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. Lifewave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, A number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally. Lifewave phototherapy patches promote an environment that enables the body to optimize its restorative powers and provide specific health benefits, all without the use of harmful drugs or chemicals, all helping you to stay healthy and young. To find out more, contact your distributor. Lifewave. Live long. Live well.
Well, I have been a fan and been marketing alternative cutting-edge health products for decades, and I got to tell you, I've never seen anything like the Lifewave phototherapy technologies. So let me just recap how this basic technology works, and we call the power of the patch. It's based on the science of photobiomodulation. It's kind of a mouthful, but Lifewave patches contain very specific combinations of organic materials and nanocrystals. And when they're applied or near our body, they are activated by the infrared light from our body, the infrared heat from our body. They then begin to emit very specific wavelengths of light, which stimulate targeted and beneficial biochemical responses within our body. This is the basis of our Lifewave phototherapy patches. And a good way to understand that is what we call the sun story. And we all know when you go out in the sun, your body makes vitamin D. Well, we're not getting a download of vitamin C from the sun. The sun is giving us a download of a targeted frequency, and that frequency tells our body manufacture vitamin D. And likewise, when we're out in the sun, another frequency of light causes our body to give us a suntan. Lifewave's patented technology is based on the same scientific, well-recognized, rock-solid principle. So let's talk briefly about Lifewave. It's a 20-year-old pioneer in wellness technology. It was started back in 2000 when David Schmidt, our founder, developed this technology exclusively for the use with Navy SEALs to increase their battle-ready strength, stamina, performance without the use of drugs, stimulants, or caffeine. In 2004, David decided to bring this technology to the masses and founded Lifewave to start distributing it wholesale, wide and far. In 2010, David established a 90,000 square foot manufacturing and international distribution and customer service in Ireland. In 2024, this year, we've just opened our new world headquarters in Salt Lake City, Utah, a magnificent building we hope you can come visit us at someday. We currently distribute to over 80 countries from our 15 global distribution centers. And this is David Schmidt, our visionary founder and CEO. And David's not only a brilliant scientist and researcher, he's a genius inventor with over 135 patents. He's been on the leading edge of phototherapy research and science for over 20 years. And he's already conducted over 80 clinical studies proving the efficacy of Lifewave phototherapy products. And you know what? Many more studies are always in the works because David in Lifewave is a very science-driven company. None of our products are ever released to the market without extensive clinical testing and validation. Lifewave's focus for the last 14 years has been in the field of anti-aging and regenerative science. And a few years ago, we released to the global market the Lifewave X39, which some are calling the holy grail of health, healing, and regeneration. Truly a historic and affordable breakthrough in wellness technology. And we're actually doing what the multi-billion-dollar companies and big pharma have not been able to do. And that is, when used in conjunction with proper nutrition and hydration, X39 has been proven to activate a specific copper peptide that supports and enhances stem cell activity, while also altering gene expression towards a younger and more vibrant you. And yes, we have patents. Yes, we have clinical studies. And yes, we have extensive field results proving that X39 is actually turning back your biological clock, helping people to look, feel, perform, and live younger. And here, the proof is really in the patent. And this is our US patent. It was granted on X39 back in 2020. And it produces a beneficial effect to a human body, such as activation of stem cells by increasing copper peptide in the subject's body. So let's talk briefly just about some of the benefits that you might experience if you choose to start using X39. And the first one is energy. And energy truly is a currency of life. And using X39 daily leads to an increase in cellular energy from the very first day of use. You might feel less fatigued. And how about better sleep? Using X39 daily leads to an improvement in the quality of sleep. Most people report that their sleep is deeper and longer. And how about sports performance? Using X39 improves sports performance and recovery after exercise. And some X39 users over the age of 50 have reported feeling stronger and more fit than they were back in their 20s and 30s. Now, Lifewave patches are now used by pro and amateur athletes all around the world in almost every sport. The media has begun to notice, and you know what? You might too, if you look carefully at some of your favorite athletes, you see these auspicious little round white patches on their body, and that's Lifewave technology. So how about pain relief? Most people will notice a reduction in pain within minutes of the application. And truly, the pain relieving benefits of X39 have to be experienced to be believed. What about brain health? Many reported improved in memory, focus, and cognitive function, and we have clinical studies proving that. Wound healing. X39 supports the natural wound healing process, and people say that, they can't believe how fast they're healing. And sometimes people are having minor or major surgical or, accidents. And, the doctors and attendants are just blown away by the rapidity of healing when people are using the X39 patch. Here's an example. Look at these results. This gentleman over on the left, skin rejuvenation in 8 weeks. Look at the difference him from the left to the right. And not only his skin, look at the fire and the light in his eyes, because X39 just makes you feel more of you. And the second one over to the right, look at this woman, first day, 30 days later, 4.5 months later, you'd swear this is a different woman. And so the age reversal and collagen production capabilities of X39 is phenomenal. Down at the bottom left here, this 6-year-old's fingertip got cut off in a door, and the parents rushed him to the hospital, and they kept the tip of the finger on ice. They pleaded with the doctor to reattach, and he says it's going to be wasted. It's never going to grow back. It's not going to heal. So you can see that first picture when it was first attached. The middle picture, it started dying off, but he had complete regeneration in only 8 weeks. Amazing. And over here on the right, this poor fellow fell through the rafters of a ceiling and broke 6 ribs and punctured his lung. He was in extreme pain. He was expected recovery of 6 weeks, and he was back on the job in 3 weeks. Look at from June 17th to June 23rd. That's only 6 days later. Look at the difference. June 17th to June 30th. That's 13 days, and what a difference. Amazing. Here's a woman that had radiation treatment on her face, and you can see her the day that it happened on June 6th, and you can see her 4 days later. She's starting to heal. Well, another week later on June 17th, pretty significant healing. And on June 23rd, oh my God, that's like only 17 days later, a little over 2 weeks. Look at the difference, but you're going to be blown away with this next picture. On June 30th, 24 days later, you'd swear she never went through the process. So accelerating the healing after radiation treatments. How about wrinkle reduction? Take pictures of your fine lines and wrinkles, because sadly, this is not as noticeable as the pain relief that might be immediate. It takes a little longer, but it's very noticeable over 8 to 12 weeks. And we do encourage people to take pictures when you start an X39, fill out our health tracker of all the symptoms of aging and disease that you have. You'll be surprised how many will be impacted in the days, weeks, and months of continued use. Along with wrinkle reduction, we talk about scar reduction. This is a phenomenon called remodeling, which reduces the appearance of scars. And you can see that on the outside of your body, but just think what's happening on the inside too. So we do, again, encourage people to take before and after pictures. Hair growth. We have lots of anecdotal reports from many users that experience an increase in the quality, quantity, and speed of hair growth, and maybe even the returning of their original color. Pretty amazing. And youth renewal. Finally, the results is a better, healthier, more vital, more conscious, more energetic, better you, to spend your remaining years and decades enjoying life with your friends and family. I'm going to play just another short little video on what people are saying when they start using the X39 patch.
X39 has really changed my life. I'm not stuck at home in pain in bed. I'm out here with my friends and enjoying my family.
Big thank you to Lifewave for helping me, helping my family, and helping the 100 people now in our team who are using Lifewave daily and their families. Big thank you. Love the products.
And I have energy through the roof.
I sleep better. I have so much more energy.
Throughout the day, I can focus better. I can concentrate in my work.
Our church worship service lasts 45 minutes. For the last 2 years, I've not been able to stand that long. 2.5 weeks into wearing the X39 patch, the pastor said, "You can now be seated." It dawned on me at that moment that, my goodness, I've been standing this whole time, didn't realize it.
After starting using the technology for approximately 2 weeks, my pain completely disappeared.
32 years of pain gone in 3 days.
I just love the products. They just help me to feel younger and younger year after year.
Thank God for X39.
My skin become younger, softer, firmer.
It's been really amazing.
I love X39 because it really helped reduce the inflammation in my knee. I can now run again. Woohoo!
Woohoo is right. I've seen that video 100 times and I love it every time I see it. So now I'd like to shift and see what doctors and health practitioners have to say about Lifewave. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to invite a couple of very special health practitioners, Michelle Niels and Dr. Shauna Young, to join us. And I'm going to turn the next part of this presentation over to them. So thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Gregory. I love your presentation. Just enjoyed it so much.
Where are the patches? I want some.
I want some. I'm so glad we're using them, aren't you, Shauna?
I know, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm glad it's there. Gregory does such an awesome presentation.
He does. So welcome, Dr. Shauna. So for those on the call who are not familiar with the lovely redheaded Dr. Shauna Fireball, Dr. Shauna Young is a naturopathic doctor and a PhD. Her PhD is in natural science and nutrition. She has been in practice for over 22 years in Colorado, first in Colorado, and now at Assertive Wellness in Boise, Idaho. I wish I lived closer to you, Dr. Shauna, but I may make a visit there anyway. Because of her medical detective work, she is quite amazing with her diagnostic skills. People have traveled from all 50 states and all over, or I should say from a dozen countries. So yes, all over the world in order to see her. So we are so happy that she's part of our team. Welcome again, Dr. Shauna. Hi. So before we jump into a very exciting share that Dr. Shauna is excited to share, and I can't wait to hear the story again because I was a part of it. I'd like to hear first, Dr. Shauna, just what attracted you to this? What made you open-minded enough to say, yes, I want to give this a try?
Well, especially for a naturopath, especially for me, the idea of first do no harm is extremely attractive, and that's what we always try to do. And anytime you're giving anybody anything, even a natural supplement, there could still be an issue. They could have a problem with the gel cap that it's in, or something. And so whenever you're doing your best to help people, there's still a risk that you could harm them. But with these products, that does not happen because this is the power of frequency. This is the healing power of your own body. This is what happens when you get out of your own way. Your body has incredible healing potential. And what the X39 and all of the Lifewave patches do is they try to get those things out of your way so that your body's own natural potential can kick in and heal. And of course, as a naturopath, that's, my main goal.
It's your goal to this is right up your alley.
Yeah.
And like I've heard you say, if you take even a natural supplement, you can take it, but if the person has a reaction, you can't get it out of the body. But with a patch, what do you do if someone's having a response that's like very uncomfortable?
You just pop it off.
Pop it off.
And maybe I'm sorry, I have to apologize. There's a major thunderstorm going on right now. So
oh, I'm glad we can see you. I hope the connection lasts. So the last time Dr. Shauna and I spoke on this call and we shared, she texted me the next day and she said, Michelle, do you have anyone in Colorado Springs that you can connect with me, because I have an urgent situation? So I connected her with my good friend Shannon, and I'll let you take it from there, Dr. Shauna. And I have goosebumps, and I had tears when I heard this story. So you guys are in for quite an amazing story here.
Yeah, I've worked with these patches for a long time, since 2019, and this sounds awful, but sometimes you just get so used to how fabulous they are. It's like you put them on somebody and they say, oh, I feel so much better and it's so great. And you're like, yeah, okay, Tuesday, and because strangely enough, you get kind of used to it, because of how well they work.
Mm-hmm.
And then something like this happens. And it's not only great for this situation, but also because all the people involved are very dear to me. The young lady in question that we're going to talk about is 23 years old. And she used to throw her arms around my leg, in my office in Colorado when she was 3 years old. And her father is a very close friend of mine. And then, of course, I was working with you. So there was like even our Lifewave cousins got activated, as we call them. Yes. There was a situation where she was having very, very severe symptoms, and her father ran her as fast as he could to the emergency room. Her symptoms were emergent, just, they were very different when he put her in the car than when they got to the hospital. She was just going so quickly. And unfortunately, she was at the hospital for 3 hours, and then they discharged her, and there was no conclusion. And she was having a lot of difficulty breathing, and she was having a lot of problems, other problems that you'll see. We have some pictures that her father was thoughtful enough to take. And so when he called me and said, well, this is really bad and I don't know what's going on, I thought, okay, he's a pretty calm person. So I got on the Zoom call, and we had the first picture. I don't know if Gregory has those in order for us, or if they're going all three, but this is what I saw on the Zoom call. So obviously this was a very severe situation and much worse than what was being described to me. So she could not really speak very well. Her dad was pretty much interpreting for me. And we figured out that she had a very severe infection that we were trying to, I thought that there was a small window. And so I called you and I said, I need somebody right now that can get patches. I need an X39, most particularly, but I also want a glutathione. If I need to get these on her as fast as I possibly can. And the member of your team had them to her dad, and they had the patches on her just a mere couple of hours after I got the phone call with her. So her dad told me, he called me a little bit later, and he said that within 15, 20 minutes of putting the X39 on and the glutathione, that he could see a difference in her eyes, that it felt like, that, and she was being able to start, breathing a little bit better. But of course, he sat there and watched her all night, as a lot of parents would do. So I asked them to get in touch with me the next day, and it was not 24 hours later, but it was not quite 2 days later that we had this second picture here that Kaylee sent me. And this she wanted to show me that she was wearing her patch where I had told her to wear it. And as you can see, there's quite a difference there. This says day 3 on it. It was kind of like day 2 in some, basically, but close enough to 3. And she was now able to breathe. And she told me that she was very frightened that she was going to die. But when she got the patches on her, then she felt the power of the frequency of the patch that was able to, she could tell that it was changing something. She could tell almost immediately that there was something changing. So, so she continued on with this and with a couple of things that we were doing. And then on day 6, I talked to her again, and we've got one more picture there to show. And well, anyway, it's on there somewhere, but it's her difference is quite significant on that last picture. Have we got that somewhere, Gregory? No, I'm sure they'll get it. But this was one of those things that reminds us why we want to work with Lifewave, because this kind of thing just isn't possible. We just don't have the tools, to like turn something like that around so quickly, because you can see the pain the poor thing was in. And, I still can't talk to her dad without him, tearing up, because it was so frightening. It was such a horrible situation.
And she's totally fine now, Dr. Shauna. She's completely recovered.
If we can see that day 6 picture when it comes up, but she looked pretty good on day 6, and a week after that, she was in her dad's wedding. And
you know what, hon? I have it on my phone. I don't know if you guys can see this, because you sent it to me.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can see it. But I think Gregory has the picture somewhere, but yeah, that's the day 6 picture. So as you can see, she kind of looks like she has chapped lips at that point.
Just the little chapped lips, but she's healed. Her eyes are clear, and wow.
So I think that it's just one of those things that just reminds all of us that that we're in the presence of something wonderful, when we work with Lifewave, because the X39, I think, the glutathione patch obviously is such a big help, in situations of any kind of toxicity. But the X39 patch, I think, activates the frequency of your body, because you think the woman, she's 23 years old, right? She probably has plenty of stem cells. So why is the X39 so helpful when she should have plenty of stem cells? Because of the injury. Because of what had happened to her, because of this invasive thing that was happening to her. Mm-hmm. And it will activate your stem cells so quickly. I had a patient today who's only 3 years old who actually was asking, when I hooked him up to my device, he was talking about wanting stem cells. It's not like you only need them if you're old or if you're sick or something like that. I mean, obviously, it's wonderful to have these Lifewave come to the rescue like this for us when we're in such a panicky and freaky situation as this poor kid had to go through. But she does now, of course, love Lifewave. And she said it felt like one of those situations where, she said, you hear about it where you think that the worst thing that ever happened to you might turn out to be the best thing that ever happened to you. Mm. And I think that might be in her situation, definitely the case. So neither one of these guys were terribly, they knew about Lifewave and stuff, but neither one were using the product prior to now. And they're both, working with her dad's come on with as a brown partner, and she's going to be doing so as well. It's actually perfect for her, because she's young, and can work from home if she wants to. But this was the kind of thing where you just, it just, you get used to things working, but not like this.
Not like this. Not when it really sounds like the patches saved her life. I mean.
Yeah. And this, it's just one of those things where you just thank God that you even know about him. You know what I mean? In our situation. And I think that for any practitioner, for any person, I mean, if this started to happen to somebody, wouldn't you love to be able to slam that X39 on them, And the thing is that I wasn't worried about harming her.
That's right.
Because I knew that it would not make her situation worse. All it could do possibly was make her situation better.
Someone asked in the chat to see the last picture again. Tell me, I can't tell if
there you go, right there.
that angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So her lips are 99% healed, and yeah. So
she could breathe. She could breathe very shortly after we started.
After you started.
That was the main thing for me, because I just, I can't imagine when her dad said that they had released her from the hospital, I thought, well, okay, it can't be that bad. And then when we got on the Zoom call, it's like, wow.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And can you, I know you can't do details because this is, personal medical information, but can you say, can you say anything, Dr. Shauna? Like, was it a bacterial infection or can you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a fairly rare one.
Rare bacteria.
But fortunately, that's what I work with. What people ask me what my specialty is. My specialty is weird stuff.
Weird stuff.
Yeah. And
the
so,
medical detective.
So people come in and they have a cold, and I'm like, I don't know, But they have some parasite they picked up in Costa Rica in 1962. I can probably pick it up.
You can probably help them.
Yeah, that's no problem, But it's just but in my line of work, recording the what do we got?
Having a weird echo. Gregory, did you want to come back on?
Well, Shauna, you had a storm. I had a system failure. So sorry about that.
Oh.
But I'm back.
Okay.
Oh, see, I've been going in and out for an hour with the thunderstorm.
Well, I had a lightning warning, but I don't hear or see any. But anyway, I'm back. And are you ladies finished? I could pick up.
If you can put the picture 6 up, that would be great.
Yes,
that would be great if you could show the last one.
Gregory.
Or all 3 of them, whichever works.
Or all 3 side by side. There we go. There we go. Yes.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh. There you go.
Yeah, that's quite a difference for 5 days.
Yes.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
But the most amazing thing is on day probably 3, the fear went away.
Her fear went away.
And once you can get somebody out of fear, then they can heal,
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
She's a great kid.
Dr. Shauna.
Okay. Well, shall I take over and wrap it up?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, Gregory.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Dr. Shauna. Thank you, Michelle. It was wonderful what I heard, and I'm sure it was even better after I left. Okay. So let's see if we can move on. Let's talk about Lifewave, and there is a business opportunity here because the patches do everything but walk and talk, and they need people like us to share them with the world. People like Michelle, people like Dr. Shauna. And in the last 5 years, Lifewave has had phenomenal growth from around $23 million in sales to over $400 million in sales last year of 2023. And that's largely because of the X39, which is about 60 to 70% of our total sales. So Lifewave is a great plan B in the gig economy. You can get paid for sharing. You can create a part-time or full-time income with our patented exclusive breakthrough one-of-kind of products, no competition. You're not going to see it in Walmart or Costco, I promise you that. We have a simple duplicatable success system. We provide free websites, training, and support. There's a very low cost of entry and the satisfaction of being rewarded for making a difference in people's lives. My wife, Robin, and I, every morning we wake up and we have to pinch ourselves because we know we're going to hear more miracle stories. So there's 5 ways to earn with Lifewave. In addition to being a rock-solid, debt-free 20-year-old company doing business in 80 countries, Lifewave has developed a very solid balance and well-structured compensation hybrid binary pay plan that generously pays out 50% of all sales to our brand partners 5 ways. And David strategically chose network marketing as a way of distribution, as opposed to the extremely expensive way of going through conventional distribution channels and CVS and health food stores and any other way, driven by advertising and expensive distribution costs. So you can earn between 20 and 33% from enrolling customers, and they buy directly from the company. You're compensated on a weekly basis. You can also earn 15 to 31% of a product introduction bonus when someone signs up as a brand partner with one of our starter packs or upgrades. There is a $50 binary cycle bonus on infinite income, and that becomes pretty exciting as you move on into phase 2 or when you start building a team. Phase 1 is pretty much from customer bonuses and product introduction bonuses. But you can build a team. And J. Paul Getty said it well years and years ago, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people than 100% of my own. You can also earn 20 to 25% matching bonuses on the income of people you enroll, the people they enroll, etc. And there's trips, contests, and special bonuses that the company is always sharing with us. So there's 3 ways to get started. You can become a retail customer, and that's a good way to get started. For only $149.95, you can purchase a 1-month supply of X39. Comes in a sleeve with 30 patches. You use one each day. You wear it for 12 hours on, 12 hours off, put a new one on in the morning. Or you can become a preferred customer, and that's a better approach because you can get a 33% discount. You can buy at our wholesale price, save $50, and as we like to say, friends don't let friends buy retail. All you need to do is enroll in our monthly auto ship subscription program. No long-term commitment required. You can quit 3 days later, 3 weeks later, or 3 months later, but chances are you're going to love the results so much that you might be using these patches for the rest of your life. And the question is, how much longer do you want to live a healthier, and feeling better? No long-term commitment required, and there's a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, the best way is to become a brand partner. And as a brand partner, you can get paid for sharing. You can earn a part-time or full-time income. You can earn generous personal and team rewards. You can get paid weekly. And we have 5 brand partner starter kits to start with. And they also come with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. So you got nothing to risk and your health to gain. This is a sample of our 5 starter kits. The first one starts at $125 with 1 sleeve of X39 and a $25 membership fee. You're paying wholesale. The silver is $299. You get 3 sleeves of X39, and we waive the $25 membership fee. The third is the gold. You can get 5 sleeves of X39 plus 1 other product for free, and we waive the $25 membership fee. So you're saving an additional $75 off the wholesale price. Platinum, you get 12 sleeves. You get $1,200 worth of X39 for $999, and we waive the $25 membership fee. So you're saving $225 there. And the best way is with our diamond pack. You get 19 sleeve. That's $1,000 worth of X39 at wholesale price, plus additional sales materials, and a $25 membership fee is also waived. So you save over $400 with the diamond pack off the wholesale price. Now, just to mention, you can substitute 2 sleeves of any of our other products except the X49 for each one sleeve of X39. So you can get back with the person that invited you and they can clarify that for you. I just wanted to give you a brief overview. And these packages come with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. So I just want to say, for my wife, Robin, and I, Lifewave has certainly been an answer to a prayer. Every day we get to hear miracle stories. Every day we're enhancing and changing lives. And every day we're enjoying the blessings of health, vitality, lifestyle, community, and financial freedom that Lifewave provides us and so many others around the world. So the next step, first of all, we just want to say thank you for plugging in with us here today, and get back with the person that invited you and get your questions answered. We suggest you commit to try X39, and with our risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee, you've got nothing to lose and your health to gain. You can enjoy enhanced quality of life. You can change the trajectory of your aging and potentially your finances too. You can share the good news about X39 with people far and wide in 80 countries and join our global wellness community. So that being said, I want to welcome you to the power of the patch. I want to again encourage you to get back with the person that invited you. And with that, we'll end our presentation for tonight. So thanks very much for everyone being here with us.
Gregory,
Yeah,
Gregory, before you go, Dr.
Uh.
Shauna just texted me and she said she received a text from this girl's father that she would
Yeah.
like to share. That might
Oh,
be
go ahead. Go for it,
Dr.
Dr. Shauna.
Shauna. Dr. Shauna, come back and share.
My phone just dinged and I thought it was you, Michelle, but it was her dad. And they listened together. And he said, she's all smiles after that. And her smile is great again. Thank you.
Talk about real time. We didn't plan that.
Didn't plan that.
Talk about answer to a prayer.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Dr. Shauna. Thank you, Michelle. And thanks everyone for
Thank
plugging in.
you.
Sorry for the little, technology is everything but reliable, right?
Exactly.
It is what it is. So thanks everyone. Have a blessed day and evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.